You were there, you've loved yourself a long time. What is that process?
I think it's different for everyone, and I can't say that I've loved myself for a long time, but there was a journey to get there, and some of it starts as a young girl when you confront your first bully, the first time somebody calls you out your name, as we would say, the first disappointments and failures that you have. How do you deal with that? What support systems do you set up for yourself?
What advice does Michelle give for dealing with disappointment and failure? Talk to a mentor. Surround yourself with positive people. Confront your bully.
Confront your bully. Or surround yourself with positive people.
I always tell young girls, surround yourself with goodness. I learned early on how to, get the haters out of my life, You got to just sort of surround yourself with people who uplift you, who hold you up.
If you beat yourself up, you are too critical with yourself, don't follow your dreams, celebrate your achievements.
Are too critical with yourself.
And for whatever reason, I was lucky I had people like that. I had parents who held me up.
Yeah.
But if you don't have that parent, that mother, that father, then you got to find it. You got to find those people because they're out there. I tell my mentees there is somebody out there who loves you and who is waiting to love you. And you just have to find them, and that means you have to make room for them. And if you're surrounded by a bunch of low-life folks who aren't supporting you, then there is no room for the people who do love you. Look, I am always irritated by the "you can have it all" statement. And I grew irritated with that phrase and that expectation the older I got, as you're trying to have it all.
Yeah.
And you're beating yourself up.
Right.
And feeling less than because you aren't having it all. Because it's a ridiculous aspiration. So for me, for example, when your husband is president of the United States and you have children, something's got to give.
What's another way to say something's got to give? Give it all up, put it on the back burner, compromise.
Compromise.
I've made compromises in my life, in my career, but I've also in exchange gained a wonderful platform to do some great work. If I want to be heavily involved in my girls' lives, that means that sometimes I have to put some things on the back burner to give them what they need. So it's hard to have it all. But that's where you go back to knowing who you are and knowing that, you're really living through phases. And if you're compromising through one phase of your journey, you're not giving it all up. You're compromising for that phase. There's another phase that's coming up where you might be able to have more of what you thought you wanted. You get to know yourself a little bit more. So no, I don't want young women out there to have the expectation that if they're not having it all, that somehow they're failing. Life is hard.
You want to be wherever you are right now, and just like you say, I'm not through.
Mm-hmm.
No,
You're not through.
not through.